We talk.
Right, going. I wonder if that is really loud for everyone.
So I'm about.
Our usual fan is there. Fantasy Apprentice is in.
Good eye. I've got a.
Oh,
I think I'm about 20 seconds.
Working. Hello and welcome to MindSpuke. I hope you can hear me. Let me just check that everything's on. We're already having technical problems, but that's the way we do things around here. My buttons aren't working. Let's just see if this one is. No, that's just not working. That's so annoying. Okay, I'm going to have to go old school and do things manually, which means things might go wrong. Welcome to MindSpuke and our episode where we are going to talk all about vlogging. So we are going to get straight stuck in. I'm going to start by just pulling this up. No, I can't because I can't push that button. That's so annoying. Why are we cursed with things like this? There we go. The definition of vlogging. Let me read this to you. It's very boring. A person, website, social media account where a person regularly posts short videos. Well, that's really exciting. And we're going to talk about that and try and make it more exciting with my co-host, Mr. Steve French. Hear me? Okay, and whoa, hang on. Bear with me. Steve, are you there? Hey!
I'm here.
You're there. You're there. There's a bit of your face missing.
I've got the prerequisite face mask on. Isn't that what we're supposed to do in these times?
Are you surrounded off camera by a crowd of people? No more than 6. In which case, no, you don't need to. You need to see your beautiful nose and mouth.
There you go. I'm here.
A beard. You're hiding that,
exactly.
that lack of beard. Right. Okay. Well, just for a minute, because we've had those slight technical problems, I am just going to try and figure out why that's not working and just do that. No, none of this is working. It all works perfectly fine until you go live.
Until you press live.
And then it all goes wrong.
Exactly.
So it's just
that
really,
is
really
Sod's
weird.
law. Yeah.
It is Sod's law. That's so annoying because it makes life a lot easier if I can push those buttons. I'm not really too sure why that's not working. I'm going to just do that for a second, do that, and then do that. It's just literally just stopped working. It will probably, all those things, all those buttons I've pushed will suddenly catch up and the scene will just suddenly change. All
Yeah, that'd be fun for anyone that might be watching now or in the future.
We'll ignore the technical side of things and I'll try and do it another way. It doesn't mean I'll be slightly more distracted with my mouse and a clicker here to try and find the right things to cut to. But anyway, how are you, Steve?
I'm good. I'm as you can see, I'm in a different location to normal.
You are, and so am I. You look like you're in a chalet at your ski resort somewhere, or a sauna, and I'm probably don't look that much different, but I'm actually at the studio rather than at home because this is our first non-lockdown episode, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, we're not in lockdown, and things aren't anywhere near normal.
No.
But if anything, it looks like going back towards less normal than it ever was. But no, it's I'm fine. Yeah, all good here. I'm in an unusual location because I'm working on an exciting project at the moment. That it's a high-profile film that hopefully we'll get to talk about at some point.
Yeah, it's very exciting, isn't it? And we're not allowed to talk about it, which is so frustrating.
It is very frustrating.
Yeah, so and we'll sort of speak later more, or we won't speak later more about it because it's sort of relevant to this whole vlogging episode, and the fact that you can't really vlog about it because you're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, but, exactly.
But hey, so what I came up with for this one, let's kick straight off. I've got this thing which normally I'd just very easily do this. Let's see if I'm going to keep trying. Let's see if I can do it this way. There, look, vlogging, valuable creative outlet, or self-indulgent poppycock.
Poppycock.
Now poppycock. The main thing I want to talk about here is my use of the word poppycock, which I think is another whole episode. I think poppycock.
Use of the word poppycock. And
I think it did make me wonder what the bloody hell poppycock is and where it came from. But I think maybe we'll look into that and do another whole episode on that.
And do you think anyone under 40 will have heard the word?
Probably not. So they not have a clue what we're talking about. But is vlogging a valuable creative outlet or self-indulgent poppycock? Right. I'm going to remove that because it's just too distracting.
Because it's too funny.
It's too funny. Poppycock. Don't Google poppycock image search. Whatever you do. Anyway.
Well, I mean, we're answering that question, are we? Or we're talking about that question during the course of this
I think so. Yeah.
Episode?
I think that's a good starting point, and that's a good overall thing. We have got a little treat for our viewer. We're a new channel, hell, we don't put enough content out.
Everyone's got to start somewhere, and we're starting here.
Here we go. Look.
If we dive straight into that question, I think when I first became aware of vlogging, which is a while ago now, I have to admit, I think I went with the latter. It's self-indulgent poppycock, and a lot of what I was seeing online was, Dave and his mate Brian playing Minecraft and then filming each other playing Minecraft, and I would watch it and think, and I obviously come from this lofty position of trying to be a creative and trying to make original content, and I was looking at the viewing figures for these two guys playing Minecraft, and I was just shocked and appalled, I have to say. So initially I thought, yeah, self-indulgent poppycock, but since then I think we've got more highbrow in the vlogging style that you see out there, and people kind of make quite creative things, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm also going to suggest that actually what they were doing wasn't even vlogging, was it? Because I think that's a whole different... I think the playing computer games and people watching you play computer games while they took over them, would that be counted as vlogging? Because that is like a YouTube channel, sure, gaming and stuff like that, or Twitch or whatever. But I think vlogging is more about the whole sort of filming yourself getting on with your life, kind of thing, isn't it? A bit more. True. Yeah. So that, and I think that did used to be. And again, I'm no expert on it. We'll talk about what vlogs influence us and what vlogs we watch perhaps in a bit. But I think they started off being people just vlogging themselves, selfie mode, walking along, talking, filming what they're doing stuff. And I guess that became of interest to people because I don't know whether vlogging came after Big Brother or Big Brother came after vlogging, but Big Brother was that whole fly on the wall thing, looking at people's mundane lives and being sort of fascinated by it.
Yeah, people became really interested in what people were doing behind closed doors. I think people are quite, the success of programs like Gogglebox and things like that kind of proves to everyone really that people just want to watch other people doing things, and it doesn't matter in the slightest what it is they're doing. They could be painting a masterpiece over a period of time, and by the end of it you've got this gorgeous painting that has taken a lot of skill to do, or you could be watching someone watching EastEnders.
Absolutely.
Which everyone's got their opinions about Gogglebox. It's not for me, but it's
Gogglebox was a funny one. I remember when that was first announced, and I really enjoyed and was quite into Big Brother for the first season or two because I found it quite psychologically fascinating, and it was an experiment, and it was sort of interesting. And then it obviously got tedious. But yeah, when Gogglebox or Googlebox or whatever it's called came out, I was like, okay, so there's the trailer. So it's just people watching other programs, and I thought, well, this is ridiculous. And actually, for some reason, I did find it quite fascinating. I love people watching anyway, but actually, I think they pick their people very cleverly, and they find some funny people, and you get to like these characters. I mean, I don't watch it very regularly, but I do enjoy it from time to time. But yeah, it's weird that it's so successful, and Big Brother was so successful, and indeed on the whole YouTube, the whole vlogging thing has become so successful. I think vlogging was reinvented, and when I got into watching vlogs, and I only follow 2 or 3 on a more regular basis, was when people really upped the production value of their vlogs, and they started making them like little films, and they didn't just hold the camera out front and just film them like this. They started making their vlogs like their films. They had, as if there was a crew filming them. They had cutaways, they had B-roll, and I think Casey Neistat is one that I first discovered.
He's the master. He's a master at it, isn't he?
I think he reinvented it, didn't he? And then everyone followed suit to a certain extent and really had to up their game. It's no good just having these really low budget, down and dirty things. You've really got to make them like little movies with beginning, middles and ends, and they're a bit more fascinating.
And to create that volume of content on a daily basis, and to have the ideas to be able to actually have something to put on film on a daily basis, which I openly admit I don't have, even if it was a weekly basis, I'd struggle to do anything.
It's that ability you've either got to have a really cool life, which kind of he had, and I think as a result of him doing daily vlogs he became pretty huge, and he lived in New York and he whipped around on his skateboard and had all this stuff going on, and then as he got hugely successful with his vlog and got millions of followers, then obviously his day-to-day life became more interesting as well. But I think there's an art, isn't there, to making even a mundane life look interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
And cut it and edit it and sort of come across. And it's all about personality as well. I think if you've got a interesting and charismatic personality in front of the camera, and have got something to say, about whatever's going on.
Yeah, it's the motivation to do it as well. That we've talked about it before, haven't we? Where we may well be off. We've done it before where we've worked together and we've maybe travelled to Berlin or something, and before we actually go and do the job, we get to wander around Berlin. We get to ride around in one of those what are they called, those things that people pull on a bike.
What are they called?
Anyway, we get to do that, and we get to have a beer somewhere, and we could really be vlogging all of that on the lead up to the job, but can we really be bothered?
I mean,
the answer is that neither you and I can.
No, that's the thing, and I think we're the reason we're having this conversation as one of these sort of MindSpuke shows is I think. As part of the channel, I always thought, well, vlogging could be part of that. It's content that is popular. I think the nature of this channel, we've got these different sections, and I think that vlogging could have been or could be a valuable part of that. And I think we both discussed it and we both had a go at it. And you'll see our results in a minute because we put together. I think it was a few weeks ago now. We both had a go at a weekly vlog. And had a go at it. And, my theory was, well, vlogging is quite easy content to produce because producing other content takes a lot of planning. Vlogging, you just basically document what you're doing. And I think what we discovered, as you'll see, is that it's much, much harder to do a good vlog than it turns out. And one of that part of that, I think, is it takes practice, doesn't it? I think, you're never going to be good at something the first time you do it. I think if we continue plugging it away at it, we'd figure out ways of doing it and some get it slicker and find ways of making it more interesting and we'd probably do it. But one of the things we did struggle with was that if I'm doing anything interesting or creative or working on something, I don't really have the time to vlog doing that as well. I'm focusing on what I'm doing, not at things. So it is a huge skill to be able to multitask and do that, as I certainly talk about in my portion of the vlog that we've done. But so it's.
I mean, there's vlogs that going back to who you watch. Do we consider those kind of vlogs where there's educational content as an actual? A vlog, would you say? A film write, as an example, is that a vlog or is that a show?
I think
the line is blurred, isn't it?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't think. I think Film Write is just a YouTube channel. I think you've got review shows, and that people review kit and tech and stuff. You've got shows they do, like they do tutorial YouTube stuff, where they're telling you how to do effects or something using Film Write as an example. I definitely think if the guys went off and filmed themselves preparing for their day, I think vlogging is behind the scenes stuff. It's like fly on the wall behind the scenes thing, talk to the camera a bit, this is my day leading up to doing that. If we did it, it would be, I think we said it'd be interesting if we could manage to get ourselves into doing it when we're working on a specific project that we're allowed to, unlike what you're doing. If we're making perhaps a short film or a web series, one of the other things we want to do for this channel is do a little web series, a little dramatic fictional web series. We're both filmmakers, and vlogging the making of that, vlogging our day-to-day thing, is putting out a weekly or daily vlog of behind the scenes of that would be a vlog, I think. So the Katie Neistats, I mean, I've got I'm going to cut to one of the first ones I discovered was Casey Neistat. I mean, I think most people know. Hang on, let's see if I can do this.
He turned up in a film I was watching recently. What was that? I think it might have been. What was that?
Did you watch that film? Yeah, he has been in. So with Jamie Foxx or something.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, the new one. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, it's made by some mates of his, and I remember watching an episode of his vlog where he was doing that. So that was interesting.
Oh, okay.
Peter McKinnon is one. Is a guy I really like to watch. He's a photographer,
he's
and I guess filmmaker. Yeah. He's really upped the vlogging to a crazy level. He really works on his stuff. It's really really well put together, well edited, like Casey's stuff as well, and because he's a photographer, we have an interest in what he's got to say as a photographer, but then also as the content of the vlog. So I definitely think there's a difference between other YouTube content and and that behind the scenes sort of stuff. And I think there's a place for it. I think there's a place for it on our channel, but I think it's going to take, it takes effort and work. And I think the people who do vlogs, and certainly do weekly vlogs, let alone daily vlogs, put in a massive amount of work. You've got to film all that stuff, you've got to edit it all, you've got to put a good structure together, you know, so you know, you can't really
maybe when we each have an assistant that can do it for us.
Filming, it's getting someone else to film. I think that's the trick. I mean, maybe we should then, because look, we've been going for my computer's gone all crazy.
15 minutes
have we? Shall we see if I can cut to the vlog we did a little while ago? Basically, I said to Steve, look, vlog your week, Steve, because we're going to do a vlogging episode. I'll vlog my week. I had, as of course is the way of MindSpuke, lots of technical problems with my vlog, as you'll discover. I was testing out a new microphone or something that I had all sorts of problems with. So so there's that. So apologies for the sound in my sections of this vlog. Steve's is very good. Mine's a bit of a mess. But let's have a watch of it and we'll talk afterwards. If I can cue it without being able to push this button, it's so annoying. Hello, welcome MindSpukians. Welcome MindSpukians. Will that catch on? MindSpukians? MindSpukites? Fans of MindSpuke. Welcome. We're trying a little a vlog thing here. I don't even know if you'll hear this properly because there's a lot of wind out here on the coast here. Anyone who's following this channel will know that the channel, I've gone on about this a bit, the channel is sort of going to be made up of sort of sub-shows. So we've got, you know, the creative therapy sub-show. We want to do a thing about, we're calling creative kit until we come up with a better term. I'm not sure about creative kit. But anyway, looking at gadgets and kit. This microphone is going to be sent back. Click, 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 tap, tap, tap. Apologies. Apologies for the really annoying microphone noises throughout this vlog. So what I've discovered is that this vlogging thing is pretty difficult if you've not really got anything to say or you're not doing anything specifically interesting, which is what is happening here. We're away with the family, so we're not really doing anything creative. Did take a few photos. Whoa, come back. What's going on? Oh dear, this thing's crazy. It's got a mind of its own. Yeah, they were lovely flowers, but I want you to look at me. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I took a few photos the other day, but when I'm concentrating on taking some photos, I'm not filming myself taking some photos for a vlog, so I kind of need someone else to do that for me. So anyway, this vlog's probably going to be really dull and boring. Hopefully Steve's doing something much more exciting and more creative. Hey, let's cut over to Steve and see what he's up to.
Okay, rolling on the camera, rolling on sound. Hi everyone, Steve here, vlogging. So it's really a lot harder than you think it is. I'm going to start again. Hi everyone out there in internet land. Okay, hi everybody out there in internet land, Steve here, the other half of the MindSpuke dynamic duo. I'm sure Julian has done a great job of introducing what we're up to, but we're doing a bit of vlogging. We're talking about vlogging and trying to do a vlog ourselves. It's a lot more challenging than you realise it's going to be. But before I get into the vlog, what's the first thing we do on MindSpuke? Check the lockdown beard. Right, okay, so this beard of mine has reduced quite considerably in size. I got fed up with it over the course of the lockdown period and it got hacked off slowly but surely. News, fresh news. It's an exclusive to you all out there. I'm thinking tomorrow the whole thing is going to come off. Anyway, so there you go. That's the update on my half of the lockdown beard. What are we talking about? So what have we been up to, or what have I been up to since we last spoke on the previous shows? Well, creatively, it's as we've discussed so many times, I've lost count. We've talked about creativity, etc. on the channel. In the last few weeks, a couple of things that I've been doing. I don't know whether you can tell, but I'm actually, it's a really bad shot for you guys, but I'm sitting at my home drum kit, my electronic kit, because I am
a member of a band. A few times through lockdown, we've been pulling together some lockdown sessions where we've all been performing our parts separately at our homes. And then Muggins here is the one that puts it all together to make it sound sweet. So anyway, in the last week I've been doing a couple of different tracks. One just for my own benefit because I've missed playing it, a song called Barracuda by Heart, so that was much fun. And then next song we're doing is a Guns N' Roses song, so that's one thing I've been doing. The other thing that I've been doing, one of the plans that I have got when we I actually had a plan to do it before lockdown, but once lockdown is over, I hope to shoot a short film that I've been talking about doing for some time. It's called Reset. I do have an interesting named actor attached to star in it. Maybe we'll reveal that later on. But as part of that, I've been cutting together an animatic using the storyboards that I produce. Storyboards always help you visualize what the film is going to look like before you get to the stage of actually being on set and shooting the thing. And then if you produce an animatic using the storyboards and kind of have some movement within that, then that will help you massively when it comes to positioning of cameras, directing of the actors, just making sure lights, knowing where you're going to put lights and how the shot is going to look when you come to the actual shoot day, so you can be as prepared as possible before you actually get on set, so you don't make any kind of expensive or time expensive mistakes once you get on set. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been cutting together this little animatic that you can see here, and yeah, just using a few bits of sound effects that I've pulled together, my fairly drony voice to voice the dialogue, but I have been using some excellent score to kind of emphasize some of the bits. Some of the scores that M. Night Shyamalan uses on his films are amazing, and in this particular piece I was using some of the score from Signs, which is a great film, and it's got a great score that you can use as temp track for your things like an animatic when you're planning your film. I actually have, I've got a prop from the film. Watch out, lighting issue. This here, without going into too much detail about the film, it features a box, a kind of magical box, and here is said box. A little exclusive to you guys out there. This is what is going to be actually in the film, yeah, you might see some of that in the animatic and the storyboards itself. But so yeah, in the last couple of weeks, they're the kind of creative things that I've been doing. Apart from that, obviously also staying in touch with Julian and talking about the MindSpuke channel and the creative therapy stuff that we've been doing, we hope to crack on and do a bit more of that, and hope it's of interest to people out there. But yeah, you know, tell us if there's anything you want us to talk about. We've always wanted to kind of get this stuff down and on YouTube, the great discussions that we've had over the years and lost. Now that won't happen. We can talk about it, and we can keep it for ourselves, for our family in the future, and hopefully for lots of people out there. So back to Julian. Julian will wrap this up nicely, and I'll see you soon. See you later.
Anyway, that was Steve's vlog, and I thought that was very good, and it's put mine to shame a little, because I'm very conscious of not actually doing anything of interest this week or anything particularly creative, so it's always going to be a bit of a challenge to do a My Creative Week vlog. But well done, Steve. Well done, Steve. Lots going on with Steve. At the beginning of this week I did think that I'd struggle to actually get anything, to film anything, and there's two struggles really. There's a struggle of, if I am going to do anything creative, like take some photographs other than snapshots, I do that, but then I'm focusing on that, and I'm not focusing on vlogging that, because you have to film yourself doing that, or get someone to film you doing that. So that was the first challenge with this, and I thought, looking ahead at this week, at the beginning of the week, I wouldn't really get much done. I was hoping to take some nice photographs with my film cameras, instant film camera, so Instax and Polaroid and whatnot. I left them all at home, but I did actually manage to get a few shots, a small handful of shots, which I shall show you now. Okay, note to self, always stay at the location to see if the photos come out before leaving the location. This is the day after the bit you just saw of us taking the photo on this location here. And this is how the photo in the bit you just saw came out. I call it Jetty by Night. Nice composition, doesn't quite work for me. Really annoying. I love and hate this camera in equal measure. So we've decided to come back and let's see if it worked. Because here is the photo from this second shoot. We reshot the photograph, that's how it came out. We did it again and that's how it came out. So it's strange because they are quite different. There's light getting in. Now I need to figure out what's gone wrong with that camera, or maybe this film's done, but that's shot 5 or 6 of 10 and the others came out beautifully. So that's a bit of a mystery as to why that's not working, and always a bit worrying because I kind of like that camera to work. It's a bit hit and miss. So anyway, we ended up using a different camera just to get a shot, but it's this camera, which is just an Instax square. I prefer the square format. I wish that other camera was square format because the square format's much nicer, bigger film format. And but they didn't make that camera when the square film was available, so it's the tiny little ones. But this camera is a nicer format, but unfortunately sort of less aesthetically pleasing results. As you can see, it came out. I should have got a lot closer. This is the first time I've looked at this. Jade is a little dot in the distance, so not a brilliant photograph. It would have looked much nicer. It would have looked a lot more nicely exposed with the other camera. It would have had a nice vignette around it. It would have just looked more artistic. This is a bit of a snapshot. Also, it's not even, my horizon's wonky, so straight away, what's going on there? Anyway, at least it's a photo. It's a moment, but it's a bit of a failed moment. That's more than I thought I'd get this break. So that's nice. Something. We created something this last week on my creative week. It's really weird. It's really, oh, I like it. It's really weird talking to oneself on the camera. I'm hoping one gets used to this.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So, there we have it. That's our attempt at vlogging. Sort of, when was that? When did we work out when that was? Back in June or something?
Well, I think we think it was June sometime.
Somewhere around there. I was saying, because I was in Weymouth, so it was after the lockdown had sort of finished and you were allowed to go and visit people again. And
yeah,
you weren't, you could actually go and stay overnight at someone else's place. So yeah, so that was our attempt. I mean, mine was riddled with, as I said, these sort of, I was testing a new microphone, and so much of my vlog was basically me going, this microphone's pissing me off. Is this microphone working? Can you hear a click? I was going to do a whole compilation of me just saying that, and I tried to cut a lot of that out of it.
I think that's coloured your view of it, because that's the first time I've seen yours. I haven't seen it properly, obviously, because I'm in a slight delay here. But yeah, I liked it. It was good, and I'm looking forward to looking back at it. And
I think it's another one.
I think your mic has coloured your view of it.
It has a bit, because I think it was really annoying me, and I was trying to do this vlog, and the vlog ended up being, because what I was filming was me testing the mic constantly in different locations, and so the vlog ended up just being about me testing this mic, which was a bit tedious. And I know we like talking about kit, and we'll do a segment of the show all about kit, no doubt. But that was a bit tedious. But yeah, I think it is interesting, isn't it? Because you're close to it and you self-analyse it like we do when we do these shows, and no one ever likes seeing themselves. So vlogging is quite a personal thing, I think. You're showing your day or whatever, your life, and so you feel a bit weird about it and close to it.
It's the whole package. The voice for me, it's the voice. I don't like the way I sound.
Yeah,
I don't like the way I look.
It's weird, but no one else notices that because we're used to seeing you, and it's weird. But I had bitch of a time editing that together. I hated editing it. I struggled with it. I kept having a go at it and should have probably cut, and I really found it a challenge. So I do think I really have huge admiration for the Peter McKinnons and the Casey Neistat's who really make these good little episodes each time, and they're really entertaining. They're well edited, and there's music, and there's cool editing, because it's really hard work. It's to make cool, and it's a lot of practice. And watching that again. I think I'd like to stick at it. I think we should have a vlog section of this show weekly. It'll be a bit random at first, I think, but maybe we'll get into a sort of weekly or something when we've got time. I know you're very busy, so I don't know how hell you'll do it, and you're not allowed to film anything you're doing. So, but yeah, I think there is scope for that, and I think people like seeing behind the scenes and behind the camera.
I think they do, yeah. Well, I do. I mean, I could take myself as an example. I love watching BTS stuff, and looking at extras on DVDs was the old thing. Now you watch them on and
directors' commentaries. Just listen to people talk about the making of it. I love all that. So I think there's scope for it. But as you say, it's a lot of work to do properly. And as I found out in that video, it's like thinking to film yourself, do the creative thing. I struggle enough to do the creative thing, as we've talked about in our creative therapy segments. So then filming yourself do that. You've really got to be in a certain mindset.
And then the editing, like we said, if you want to make it look slick and you want to cut out all the crap, if you're not like a real expert at presenting to camera, which I guess neither of us are necessarily. We might get better the further along we go. We kind of self-edit, I guess, as we kind of go. But the post side of things would add just so much time to just doing one vlog. So doing them daily, I don't know.
And I remember watching one where, bang on about Casey Neistat a lot, but I mean, actually I only watch a few vlogs, and he's one of the main ones. And he was saying, he started doing the daily vlog because he wanted to force himself to try and make a little movie every day. And I know I have that problem of getting the motivation to make a film or thinking of writing a good story for a film or something like that. So I think I'm slightly drawn to the idea that a vlog is like a little film. Not the sort of film I necessarily want to make, a sort of fictional drama or something, but it is a little film, and it forces you to put out content, and it really hones your skills. So I think there's a lot of learning and training that you can get from that, and that whole, you've got to do something for however many thousand hours before you become an expert at it.
Well, 10,000.
100,000. 10,000, yeah. So vlogs can be that, and it is content. It's like, I sit there on a blank piece of paper and try and write a short film, but actually, just film your day and think smaller, Don't worry about who's watching it. He was doing it when he started. I think he wasn't bothered about anyone watching it. He was just doing it so his kids could look back and see what he did with his life, for that year. He did a daily vlog. Do it for yourself, and then as it happened, it took off, and he's got 8 million followers,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so to kind of bring it maybe to a bit of a conclusion, the question that you posed at the beginning about,
Let's bring that up.
I only remember the self-indulgent poppycock. There we go. Valuable creative.
Well,
so
I think both.
Yes. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. It can be really valuable creative content depending on what it is, but it can also be self-indulgent poppycock. But I know that after this, I'm going off to set a band up, and I'm calling it self-indulgent poppycock.
Self-indulgent poppycock. Yeah, it's a good name for a band, but I've already got a band called Frumpy Jumper, so that's copyright. No one can nick that. So. But
pesky pigeons, I like that one too.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, that's another episode. We could do so. We should do so many more of these shows because there's so much to talk about. But I think it can be like anything. It can be self-indulgent poppycock, and I think like with the world of YouTube, there's a lot of rubbish out there, and there's also a lot of really excellent content out there, and it's just finding it. I think MindSpuke will evolve from complete rubbish to hopefully something excellent one day. When that will be, who knows?
To what? Just poppycock to valuable content.
Yeah. So I think, we didn't delve anywhere nearly deeply into the whole vlogging thing, but we talked about it a bit and we showed our first attempt. I quite like the idea of My Creative Week, title subject to change as with all this beta version of this show till we find something better. But it's that screw it, just do it, isn't it? Don't be a viewer, be a doer, and other such like memes that we will print on T-shirts and sell.
Yeah. Do you think we're the only channel on YouTube that has more titles than episodes?
Yeah, probably, and more titles than viewers. But hey, you've got to start somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway,
That was great.
yeah, let's. I think probably wrap this up.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we'll come back to this. We've got some. We need to do some more creative therapies. Steve's very busy at the moment, so it's hard to do that. But we've also got plans to do some interviews with other people. So maybe while Steve's busy, I'll try and drag in some guest interviewees. You know, but if you and your chalet, wherever you are, can do this the odd evening, then. Thank you, Zara.
Yeah.
We're looking for. Let's just end with this comment popping up on screen. I don't know who this is. Oh, I have to remove this. Oh, technically disastrous.
Looking fresh,
There we go.
boys.
We're
Oh,
looking
look,
fresh.
Zara.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Zara.
Does she mean, you know, did you think she's using hip-hop vernacular there in that we're looking for fresh, or do you think she thinks we look like fresh-faced and youthful?
Well, I shall find out when I speak to her later, because there's no real knowing unless she's still watching, and it's unlikely because I think she probably just dipped in for 10 seconds and now she's disappeared. But yeah, who knows? Fresh in all senses of the word.
Good.
Excellent. Well, let's wrap it. I can't remember how we wrap these things up. We just sort of wing it. I've got an end card with some music playing, but I think that was interesting. If you're watching the replay, comment as well, say hello, and subscribe. Just subscribe and tell all your friends to subscribe. Honestly, we will put out more content. It will get better and better. But you know, and we'll take that little
comment in the comments. Maybe make some comments about what it is you'd like us to talk about, because
and
then
exactly.
we all get involved and we can
absolutely. And if you have a vlog, link it in the comments. Why not? Let's check it out.
Yes.
So yeah, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. It would be nice to have a few subscribers. It makes us want to do shows, and motivate us to do shows. But you've got to start somewhere. So I think we'll plug on with the few we've got. Nice one, Steve. Hope you have a good day at your, secret work job land.
Okay, mate. Yeah, I think we're making this sound more exciting than it is. But yeah, I will have a good time with you.
Brilliant. Excellent.
Right.
Cheerio, viewers. See you later.
Bye.
Oh. Oh dear. Hang on.